There is a reason your thoughts get darker at night. A reason everything feels heavier, deeper, and more dramatic when the world finally becomes quiet. The mind behaves differently after midnight, not because your problems suddenly grow, but because the defenses you used during the day begin to fade. At 2 a.m., there is no noise to drown out what you've been avoiding. There is no distraction strong enough to silence the parts of you that still need attention. During the day, your brain is constantly stimulated. Work, conversations, screens, responsibilities, movement. Your mind stays busy managing tasks and reacting to the world around you. There is simply no space for deeper thoughts to surface. But when night comes, external stimulation drops and internal stimulation rises. Your brain shifts from responding to the outside to listening to the inside. This is when you begin to feel the weight of everything you suppressed throughout the day. The worry you ignored, the fear you brushed aside, the memory you didn't want to revisit, the insecurity you hoped was gone. Darkness makes everything louder, not because the night is dangerous, but because silence removes your shields. Biologically, your cortisol levels dip late at night, lowering your internal defenses. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic and rational thinking, becomes less active. Meanwhile, your amygdala, which processes emotion, stays alert. This imbalance makes emotional thoughts feel more intense and logical thoughts feel weaker. So a small worry becomes a catastrophe. A simple mistake becomes a character flaw. A feeling of loneliness becomes a story of abandonment. The night magnifies everything because your emotional brain is louder than your rational brain. There's also something else happening. At night, your mind tries to process unfinished emotional business. The thoughts that surface at 2 a.m. are often the ones you don't allow yourself to feel during daylight. And because nighttime lowers your defenses, they slip through the cracks. Your brain revisits conversations, replaying them over and over. It examines regrets. It amplifies fears. It reaches into the past and pulls out things that still hurt. This isn't your mind trying to torture you. It's trying to process what you refuse to process. The problem is that nighttime is the worst moment to do emotional work because you lack clarity, energy, and perspective. What needs thoughtful healing starts to feel like doom. You also face one more thing: isolation. Even if you're not alone physically, the world is asleep. No messages coming in, no voices, no movement. And your brain interprets this quiet as emotional vulnerability. Humans are wired to feel safer with others awake around them, even silently. So the absence of activity makes your nervous system more alert, more sensitive, more prone to emotional spiraling. But there's an important truth most people miss. Nighttime thoughts are often inaccurate. They reflect emotion, not reality. They reveal wounds, not conclusions. What feels true at 2 a.m. rarely feels true at 10 a.m. The mind at night is not the same mind you carry during the day, and it should not be treated as your advisor. When your thoughts turn dark at night, your mind is doing something very old and very human. It is scanning for danger. It is checking unresolved pain. It is replaying situations in an attempt to protect you. Your brain believes that thinking harder will create safety. But rumination is not protection. It is repetition without resolution. This is why your nighttime thoughts feel so intense. You are stuck between activation and exhaustion. Your system wants to rest, but your mind wants answers. And the more tired you are, the darker your thoughts become, because fatigue strips away perspective. There is also a psychological phenomenon that appears after midnight. When you're tired, your brain becomes more symbolic. Thoughts shift from practical to existential. You stop thinking about what happened today and start thinking about everything that ever happened. You start questioning your purpose, your relationships, your future. Fatigue opens a door to deeper layers of the mind, and without the grounding presence of daylight, those layers can feel darker than they really are. Nighttime also heightens emotional memory. Your brain pulls old experiences forward because it's trying to make sense of something unresolved. A comment someone made years ago, a moment of embarrassment, a fear from childhood that still hasn't found closure. These memories rise at night not to haunt you, but because the mind is attempting to integrate them in the quiet it never has during the day. And yet, nighttime is when your mind is least equipped to interpret these memories accurately. You're not balanced. You're not regulated. You're not clear. You're exhausted, overstimulated, and fragile. And fragile minds create dramatic stories. Not because you are dramatic, but because your emotional filters are thin. This is why the same thought that terrifies you at 2 a.m. barely bothers you in the morning. Another reason thoughts get darker at night is the absence of forward motion. During the day, you're moving, walking, working, talking. Movement creates psychological momentum. At night, momentum stops. Stillness invites introspection, but without grounding, introspection becomes rumination. The mind turns inward, but instead of reflecting, it spirals. It doesn't know what to do with stillness, so it fills the silence with imagined danger. And sometimes, the darkness you feel at night is simply loneliness misunderstood as truth. Humans are not meant to process emotions in isolation. Emotional clarity comes from connection, conversations, voices, touch, presence. At night, you're cut off from those signals. Your emotions echo inside your mind with no external feedback to soften them. What you're feeling might not be darkness. It might be the absence of connection. This is why the thoughts you have at night often feel heavier. They are carrying the weight of solitude as well as emotion. But solitude is not truth. Loneliness is not prophecy. It is simply a state your mind passes through when the world goes quiet. So what can you do? The first step is recognition. When the spiral starts, remind yourself, this is a nighttime mind. It is not the full truth. It is a temporary perspective amplified by biology. The second step is to interrupt the cycle with grounding. Slow breathing, drinking water, touching something with texture. These small actions pull your mind out of emotional loops and into the physical present. The third step is to postpone the thought. Tell yourself, I will revisit this in the morning with a clearer mind. Your brain responds well to postponed processing because it feels like safety, not avoidance. And finally, give yourself compassion. Your mind is not attacking you. It is trying to keep you safe with the only tools it learned. Nighttime is simply when those tools become loud. But they don't have to control you. You can create space. You can break the cycle. You can remind yourself that the darkness of night is not a reflection of your reality. It is a reflection of a tired brain looking for certainty when certainty isn't available. And when morning comes, clarity comes with it. What felt overwhelming becomes manageable. What felt hopeless becomes solvable. What felt catastrophic becomes just another human worry. Your thoughts get darker at night because your mind is still trying to protect you. But you are allowed to rest. You are allowed to wait for the morning. You are allowed to feel everything without believing everything. And when you remember this, the night becomes less threatening. You begin to understand that the darkness is not you. It's just the mind without daylight. If this video helped you understand your inner world even a little more, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing it with someone who might need these words tonight. Send this to a friend who overthinks at 2 a.m. Send this to someone who struggles with nighttime spirals. And if you're ready to dive deeper into the patterns shaping your mind and your nights, there are more videos waiting for you here. Your journey toward clarity and peace starts with understanding yourself.